When do you know to pivot?
Whenever I encounter friction with anything, that's when I see myself, not adversity, friction. There's a difference.
Interesting. Could
Uh,
you stop and actually talk? I think that just the difference is
yeah.
super important.
So friction is if I am trying to work on a project, like I've been working on a crypto book since 2022.
Mm,
And usually I'm incredibly obsessed with what I'm writing, right? Like I have right beside me an entire shelf of cryptocurrency books that I know, like Infinite Machine by Camilla Russo, Bitcoin Standard by Safety and Amos, like Fiat Standard by Safety and Amos, like all the prime crypto books, right? And I've had those books since again 2022, and I've been collecting them. But for some reason, for the past 3 years, I've been trying to write that damn book and it just hasn't come out of me. There's been no passion. There's been no, like, I can't sit down for 3 hours and be obsessed with it. So that
mm,
to me is friction. Um, it's when I'm trying to do something and I know I'm doing it for a purpose and like the passion, the goal, the next step, they're already worked out and there's a reason why I'm doing it. And yet there's still that thing in the back of my mind where it's like, this is not the right time, or this is not, yeah, this is not the right time to do this. I apologize if that's a little too spiritual for people, but there's the friction of maybe in a different way. If you're trying to create a song and you're trying to create a song about something and just you're in the mood and you have everything and you want to finish this album, and for some reason this song that you want to write is just not coming out. For some reason it's just
mm.
not generating within your mind. And you're trying everything. That to me is friction. The difference with friction and adversity is it's very nuanced and subtle. I was in December of last year, I was struggling with the purpose of a current book, the crypto book. It's called The
Mm.
Transcendence of Money. I'm absolutely obsessed with it now. But I was really struggling with what the purpose was. And I had felt that I was right there and I just wasn't cracking it for some reason. You know, the old Abraham Lincoln quote, I think it was Lincoln. It's like, if I need to chop down a tree and I have 6 hours, I'm going to spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe.
There's lots of
So
variations of that. Yeah. Hmm.
it felt like I was spending the first hour just striking at the tree with a really dull axe. I need to
Hmm.
just take a step back and start sharpening it. And as I started doing that, I started realizing that my goal was actually incorrect. I wasn't trying to figure out the purpose of the crypto book. I was trying to figure out a way to get it done faster so I could work on other things. And that realization of trying to say, hey, what the hell is going on here? Like, I'm sitting down and this entire thing that I had thought I'd already worked out is just not there anymore. Like the entire framework just doesn't exist because of these new thoughts. So that adversity to me is monumental because it allowed me to look at the crypto book and say, well, what am I really writing about? Like what is the thing I want to communicate with? AI for Gen Z is very simple. Artificial intelligence for Gen Z, right? It's in the title. But transcendence of money, what is somebody supposed to understand about this? What do you want to understand about this? What do you want to bring to the table? If AI for Gen Z is a Gen Z writing about artificial intelligence, what is the same theme or perspective for this book? And that amount of adversity, because I suffered from this for 2 weeks and I was talking to everybody about this, that amount of adversity was very healthy for me because I was obsessed with it. I was obsessed with it and I was constantly trying and failing. And again, you're gonna ask, like, this sounds like fiction. Are you gonna say this sounds like fiction? Um, to me, again, I hate saying this. It's just about the feeling that you get when you're in the work. I encourage people to read The Creative Act by Rick Rubin. Um, he talks about, in one of the chapters, he talks about ideas. And sometimes ideas come to you and they stay with you for a little bit, but if you don't act on them, then they'll go to someone else. Another, I don't think this was Rick Rubin, but another person I've heard said that sometimes an idea's time comes in your culture.
Yep.
And I think actually you said that.
Yeah.
You said that in the
Yeah.
lab,
I
yeah.
don't know where I got it
Like,
from, but yeah.
so Alex quoted it. Sometimes an idea's time comes and it will manifest itself in culture in certain ways. So it felt like that idea was just trying to push through, and the adversity was within me to
Mhm.
figure out. Does that
Yeah, I think
distinction?
my version of it is um, that friction is the opposite of a flow state,
Mm.
and adversity is external challenges that you face that can help you refine your idea and help you grow it and evolve it so that it can manifest itself the way it needs to manifest in the world in the state that it's in. Whether it's like product market fit, you run into a challenge, you have this idea for this great product and you put it out there and your customers don't like it. And you're like, oh, well, why not? You tweak it. And that's your challenge. What I like about this is there's a parallel to AI here and authenticity, which is I have this hypothesis that we enter into a flow state when we're in full alignment within ourselves, or mostly full. We're never completely in full alignment, but enough alignment happens, and then we enter into a flow state. And that's why you and I can have these amazing conversations because we're like well aligned, and we're not perfectly aligned, just enough.
Mhm.
And because if we were perfectly aligned, the conversation would be boring. It would just be like, yep, 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 yep. um,
Yeah,
and even within ourselves, right? There's going to be some amount of that friction within ourselves, and it's just that right balance of it. And and it's funny because this, my work with AI has made me start to see like everything is an alignment problem. Even
mhm.
your conversation earlier about trying to align your generation towards solving the same problems and seeing it, getting the horse to want to go to the water, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
so, anyways, I think what you're trying to say is that like you pivot when what you're doing might be out of alignment with yourself
Yeah,
in some way. It's not
that's
authentic to you,
brilliant.
right? Is
That's
that
brilliant.
what you're saying?
Absolutely. You said it in such a better way, and I'm very upset about that because now it seems like I just enjoy hearing myself talk, and you said it in such a succinct way. So
I just summarized what you said. I couldn't have if you hadn't
you
said
said
it.
it
So
better.
go team, man, go team.